Stress is like a heavy load we carry, a feeling that tightens our shoulders and makes our hearts race. It's our body's way of reacting to life's challenges. Managing stress is like giving ourselves a moment to breathe, finding way to ease that burden. It's important because when stress piles up, it can affect not just our body but our minds and emotion. Taking care of our stress is like giving ourselves a compassionate break, helping us stay balanced and enjoy life more fully. Hi, I'm Katie Crizel Manzano, one of the researchers. Our research entitled The Efficacy of Stress Management for Psychology Students at Emilio Aguinaldo College. But before we start, I would like to introduce my fellow researchers.
Meet my co-researchers, Miss Lizzie Remoblas, Miss Alex Piedad, Miss Adrian Crisostomo, and Miss Anika Reyes. For our background of the study, Miss Adrian Crisostomo will discuss it to us.
The efficacy of stress management for psychology students at Emilio Aguinaldo College. We intend to gain further insight into the effectiveness of stress reduction tactics and intervention for psychology students at a specific university. The major goal is to increase the academic community's understanding by identifying workable solutions that will help reduce stress and enhance the students' overall well-being. Understanding the stress that Emilio Aguinaldo College psychology students face is one of our goals in doing the study. Knowing what causes their stress and how much it impacts their academic achievement, mental health, and general well-being will enable us to better address their needs. Second, we want to find out how well different stress reduction strategies work for these students in lowering their stress levels via our surveys.
For theoretical and conceptual framework, the figure illustrates the study's input, process, and output. The demographic profile of the respondents will help researchers in analyzing the data. On the other hand, the efficacy of stress management for psychology students at Emilio Aguinaldo College, as well as its relationship with age, sex, and year level, will help researchers analyze the accurate data. Moreover, the researchers will be providing questionnaires or surveys for the respondents. The researchers will also conduct a descriptive survey of the efficacy of stress management for psychology students. Population and sample. The study will look into the effectiveness of stress management for psychology students. This study's population consists of psychology students enrolled at Emilio Aguinaldo College throughout this academic year. The sample size will be determined using statistical techniques to achieve a 95% confidence level with a 5% margin of error. Once the required sample size has been established, participants will be randomly selected from each stratum.
This part, random sampling, is a crucial method used in research to ensure that participants are chosen in an unbiased manner. Essentially, it involves selecting individuals from a population entirely by chance, with each member having an equal opportunity of being chosen. In the context of this study at Emilio Aguinaldo College, focusing on psychology students, random sampling from enrollment records is employed to select participants who meet specific criteria.
Statement of the problem. This study will concentrate on the efficacy of stress management for psychology students at Emilio Aguinaldo College. Psychology students are known for their ability to understand human behavior. Some of them establish careers as psychologists, educators, lawyers, and more. On the other hand, psychology students are currently experiencing stress. In educational institutions, it is vital for students to understand how to deal with stress. The statement of the problem aims to answer the following questions.
Number 1. Demographic profiles of the respondents according to their age, sex, and year level. Number 2. What stress management do psychology students implement? Number 3. What are the stress that a psychology student class deal with? Number 4. How is the stress management effective for psychology students?
There are several things we considered before we come up to our research questionnaire. First, we clearly outline our purpose and goals in our study. Second, we know our respondents and consider demographics, interests, and the level of expertise our respondents may have. And lastly, we ensure that our questions are clear, specific, and concise. And in order to do it, we aligned our questionnaire to our SOP or statements of the problems. Our questionnaires contains 3 parts: demographic, satisfaction scale, and self-managing scale. In demographic, the respondents must provide their age, sex, and year level. However, in the satisfaction scale, it contains several statements that the respondents must check depending on their answer by selecting one, ranging from 1, equivalent to strongly agree, to 4, which is strongly agree. The purpose of it is to assessing the impact of stress management intervention on the psychology students, because we, the researcher, aims to quantify and analyze the level of satisfaction among students regarding the effectiveness of the stress management strategies. And lastly, the self-managing scale. It contains several statements too, that the respondents must check depending on their answer by selecting one, ranging from 5, equivalent to always, to 1, which is equivalent to rarely. This kind of scale helps to understand the student's individual capacity to engage in stress management practices. It can also serve as a tool to assess the extent to which psychology students take initiative in implementing stress management techniques independently. By incorporating this scale, the research seeks to measure students' self-awareness, motivation, and ability to proactively apply stress coping strategies in their daily lives.